Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today we are going on a thrifting adventure with spring in mind. We are going to check out a couple of my local thrift stores, see what we can find. Spoiler alert, I have a huge haul to share with you, which will then come back here. I will share all of my goodies with you, and then don't forget to stay tuned till the end because I will share some styling inspiration. I hope you enjoy this video and it gives you tons of inspiration. Let's jump right in. Okay, to start off this adventure, we are going to head to one of my favorite thrift stores. It's called Value Village. We're gonna see what they have in the store. Again, I kind of had spring in mind, thinking of some different ways that I can bring in some lighter textures, brighter colors. Of course, I did find other things along my way, but let's just head there now, see what we can find, and then we'll head to my local little thrift store where I have been having a ton of luck lately, see what they have, and then we'll come back here and I will share all of my goodies with you. So let's head to the thrift store now. Value Village is my favorite thrift store. I absolutely love how organized it is. They do such a great job at keeping it clean, putting things back in their places, and it just is really easy to thrift here. Now, with that being said, the prices can be a little crazy. So a couple of things. I only shop with a coupon, and I am so careful with what I buy, like really double checking, like, am I paying this much for an item that maybe I could find somewhere else brand new for the same price? I typically like to thrift older items, more kind of worn pieces that I know I can't go find something like this at Home Goods. So I am mindful of that, but just something to keep in mind. But checking here, our first stop is the brass and silver section. I absolutely love thrifting brass and patinaed silver. The thrift store is a great place to find those beautiful pieces. I often find placemats like these at the thrift store, and I always think these would make beautiful art, right? Like putting one of them in a frame, like a gorgeous thrifted vintage frame, and using that as beautiful artwork. I just always have that thought because they are usually the most beautiful, moody, floral pieces, and I think they would make gorgeous pieces of art. So there's an idea for you. I love to think outside the box when I'm thrifting. How can I take this item and how can I use it in a way that suits my home? Made my way over to the glassware section. This is always something that is overflowing in the thrift store when it comes to glassware, glasses. I loved these colored glasses, but there was only two. That's sometimes an issue at the thrift store, is finding kind of multiples of something. You can strike gold for sure, but you have to do a little bit more digging. This picture is absolutely beautiful. I loved the detail with the handle. I did leave it behind, kind of regretting that decision, but I did just pick one up last week that is equally as beautiful. So I decided to leave it behind for someone else to enjoy, but so gorgeous. Now I'm just checking the candle section, seeing if I can find anything unique and beautiful, something that I can bring into my home. I'm always on the hunt for brass. This metal candlestick was really, really pretty. I have so many of them, so I left that one behind, but just an idea of what you can find at the thrift store. Then I checked out the basket section. This is somewhere that I'm always looking. You never know what unique shapes and sizes you can find, and you can never have enough baskets. They're always good to have for organizing, laundry, decor, and I was just looking around to see what I can find. I recently did a thrift store dupes video, and I should have included this basket. I find this basket all the time at the thrift store, and it is something that high-end stores are using in their decor, especially in their spring lines You can add some beautiful florals to it. You can use it on your counter with like fresh bread. It just is a beautiful way to incorporate that gorgeous wicker, but also use with some florals, which you can also find florals at the thrift store. I did not find any on this particular day, but just something to keep in mind if you love that look. That basket was only $2.99, so definitely a steal of a deal. I loved this piece of pottery. It was a little expensive, but nonetheless, it was gorgeous. And I'm just going through looking at the planters. I'm always looking for different shapes and sizes, kind of looking past the color because that's something that you can easily change, but you can never have enough planters. Then I headed over to my local little thrift store. This is just Salvation Army thrift store. And I'm looking through. I have gotten some beautiful pieces from here, especially some older vintage pieces. So I was just looking around to see if I could strike gold again. The pattern on these plates were so beautiful. I love that light blue color for spring. Also found some vintage Pyrex. I was very happy about that. And these IKEA plates were gorgeous. I loved them. And if they had the bigger size, I would have 100% brought them home. Such a gorgeous finish. And just looking through, of course, the pottery. And I also found these vintage glassware, and so beautiful. I loved that color. Great finds at this thrift store. The lamp section did not disappoint, and I actually thought about this pair of lamps. They were each $12.99, and I almost bought them. We're kind of redoing our bedroom, giving it a little bit of love, and I thought about getting them, but ultimately I want something a little bit more chunky for that space, so I did leave them behind. But they have the most gorgeous vintage lamps at the thrift store. Made my way over to the metal and wood section, and as I'm editing this video, I'm like, you know what, this thrift store is organized too. A little bit more messy. You have to kind of do more digging, but it's probably just the space. But you have to let me know in the comment section, what are your stores like? Are they super organized? Are they messy? And I would love to go thrifting in different places. I almost should do a series where I go to different towns and see what they have. I feel like that would be so fun just to go on that hunt. Now to share all of the gems that I found while thrifting, starting off with Value Village. I found these gorgeous brass, I'm assuming they're coasters. Please forgive me if I'm wrong and let me know if I am, but to me they look like little brass coasters and so gorgeous. So many ways that you could use these. I'm thinking even to like hold a candle. You could use them as like a little trinket tray. The sky's the limit. I just thought they were so gorgeous. Let me show you a plain one so you can see the design. Oh, they're actually all different. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. Just gorgeous, kind of floral design. So thinking of spring, and of course, I love anything brass. These are made in India, beautiful solid piece I was so happy to find these for $10.49. Of course, I had my 20% off coupon, but I thought these were such a gorgeous find and so beautiful, not only for spring, but going into summer and just to have as part of my brass collection. The next couple items were inspired by spring organizing. I like to do kind of a deeper purge of items around my home and just tidy things up. It's such a perfect time because in the summer, I just want to be outside and not doing any of that. But I did find not one, but two of these gorgeous baskets with a tag, brand new. These were $5.99 each, of course with that 20% off, but I loved the color and just the organic texture. There's so many ways that you can use them for styling. You can put pillows in them, blankets, toy organization. I plan on using these in my open shelving in the kitchen. At the bottom, we have all of the kids' like craft items, and it just always looks like it's messy no matter what I do. So I thought that I could use these because they're nice and deep and almost like organized within them. So I will share that with you for sure. Definitely stay tuned, but I just loved them and was so happy to find them. And the fact that they were brand new was a super steal of a deal. Also on that note, I want to create, we have this like blank space in our kitchen where I used to have the coffee maker, but I recently switched that up in a recent video. I will link that in my description box. I did some restyling of our coffee station. So I want to create kind of a command center on this blank space in our kitchen. Just as our kids are getting older, there's so many moving pieces and different things need to be charged and all of that. So I kind of liked the idea of using this. I love that it's woven. I love the color. It has lots of different size organizers. I'm thinking like my younger two have agendas. We could slip those in. Always have pens handy because I don't know about you, but our dining table is often a dumping ground. I'm hoping that if I create something that is functional, of course, I'll also style it up too, but something functional that will want to use that space versus just coming home and like dumping on the dining table. I could just be dreaming, but I'm hoping that I can get that done. So I picked this up for $4.99 and I'm excited to see if we can use this in our home. It's like really nice, solid quality. You could put it on the wall, but I just plan on using it kind of to the side. I'm thinking with like a lamp and some other little goodies. So this is a good find. The next item I found, it's either for a picture or you could put a cookbook in here or any book. I've been looking for one of these and I thought it was an awesome find for $4.49. I've been really lucky lately with thrift store art. I also have some really beautiful cookbooks. So I thought I could use this on my open shelving. I will definitely share however I end up using it or give you some ideas of how you could use something like this in your home, but I thought it was really cute and I was happy to find it for a really good price. Moving on to the items that I found at my local little thrift store. It's just called the Thrift Store Salvation Army. And I'll just get started with the first thing, which I was actually really surprised to find, and the fact that I really loved it. Now, I'm kind of thinking of tweaking this gold up a little bit, kind of deepening it just a tad to be more of a kind of brassy color versus this like bright gold color. But I loved this ornate frame. I thought it was so gorgeous. I also really enjoy this picture. I thought this was a really beautiful oil painting. I loved the color. I thought it was perfect for spring with this beautiful bouquet of flowers. And I really love to mix new and old. Take vintage items, vintage inspired pieces, and use them with more modern pieces. I think you just create the most beautiful collected look. I think I'm just gonna use it on my mantle. I will share that styling with you here at the end of this video, but so pretty. It was just sitting randomly on the side of the shelf and it was priced at $14.99. I took it to the cash and I was like, that's very expensive. I almost didn't get it. I was like, that's very expensive, but it is cracked a little bit in the corners, which I actually love, but I just asked, I said, is there any way that because it's cracked, I can get a discount on it. And the lovely lady at the cash gave it to me for $2.99. Steal of a deal. Happy to have it, and something that I can use all around my home. I can use this in our bedroom. After spring, I can use this in a bathroom. The sky's the limit. Happy to have it. The next thing I found was this beautiful piece of pottery. Absolutely gorgeous. This was $4.99. I love it so much as is. It has so much just natural texture, and I love the shape of it, and was so happy to find it. Gorgeous piece of pottery. The next item I found was this vase. Loved this, and I was happy to find it for $7.99. And I also had a 20% off coupon. The next couple items I was so happy to find, and if you watched my last video, I actually said in that video that I was on the hunt for vintage Pyrex, and I found not one, but two matching sets with the lid, no chips. So, like, I was so excited to find these. They were only $6.99. Such good quality. I absolutely love the color, the functionality, the quality. Really so happy. I feel like you know you are in your homemaker era when you get really excited to find Pyrex. That is where I am right now, and I absolutely love it. And again, they were only $6.99. The last two items I found are different lamps. They had such a great lamp selection. I almost bought two more. Like, I was all over the lamps. I am here for cozy lamp lighting over overhead lighting. It just creates such a beautiful, cozy, inviting space. I have a couple places in my home that I'm wanting to just spruce up and give refreshes to. I was very happy to find these couple of lamps. The first one I bought for the shape. Love, love, love the metal detail on this. I'm actually going to paint it black, just it suits my style more than silver. It looks like it originally was black and then it was painted silver, or that's just like the finish on the lamp, but I just loved the way that this looks. I think it will look beautiful with a pleated lampshade and just create a nice little moment. I'm thinking on my entryway table. I really want to give some love to my entryway, and I think that this will work beautifully on there, maybe on a few books stacked up. But this was only $3.99, so definitely a steal of a deal. The next lamp I found, I'm thinking I'm gonna use on the open shelving in my eat-in kitchen area, just to kind of create another cozy place in my kitchen. And this one was only $4.99. I absolutely love the texture and the detail on this lamp. I think it's beautiful as is. I probably won't change it at all. I'm also thinking pleated lampshades. I love the way those look. So I am on the hunt for a couple of those, but I thought this was a great base to find. And again, at only $4.99 plus my 20% off, I thought this was a good deal. So those are all of the items that I found thrifting. Now I'm gonna turn the camera around and pass on a little inspiration, show you how you can take thrifted items and use them in your own home.
Switching out a couple pieces here on my mantle to create more of a fresh spring feel. And I absolutely love that beautiful painting. It does all of the talking here on my mantle. Also using a thrifted candlestick and candle holder and a Walmart flocked bunny. So sweet. Again, here is how I blend new and old to create something that feels collected and fun and so beautiful. The vases on the mantle are also thrifted. The one to the right, I just cut some grass from the side of the road, and the one to the left has just a simple sprig of dried baby's breath. And I think this turned out so beautiful. I will be doing a full spring decorate with me, so I will be switching things out a little bit more, but I thought that this gave you a quick idea on how you can take thrifted items and use them so beautifully in your home.
That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me thrifting. I was able to give you some inspiration today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.